This is Ted Tanner with Beach Dog Real Estate Group. What's that you say? You've received an offer on your house and you accepted it? Congratulations. That's awesome. Well, if you're newer to the process of selling real estate, you may be wondering what happens next. Buying and selling real estate, it's typically handled through escrow. That's a process where a neutral third party, often a title company or an escrow company, holds the funds, the documents, and any other assets related to the real estate transaction until all the conditions of the sale agreement are satisfied, such as the inspections, the appraisals, and financing approvals. A typical escrow period, it can be 30 to 45 days. During the escrow period, there will be a number of contingencies. These are clauses in the sale agreement that allow the buyer to back out of the deal or renegotiate the terms of the sale agreement. Now, the three most common contingencies are the home inspection, the appraisal, and the financing contingencies. So let's start with the home inspection. The home inspection contingency allows the buyer to hire a home inspector to identify potential issues with the property. If the inspection reveals significant problems, the buyer can negotiate repairs, a price reduction, or walk away from the deal. The key word here is significant problems. The appraisal contingency protects the buyer by ensuring the property appraises for at least the agreed upon purchase price. Now, if the appraisal comes in lower, the buyer can negotiate a lower price. They can bring in extra money to make a difference between the appraisal price and the agreed upon purchase price. They can back out of the deal. The financing contingency allows the buyer to back out of the deal if the buyer is unable to secure financing or if the loan terms are unacceptable. This protects the buyer from being forced to buy a house that the buyer can't afford. For example, if the buyer loses their job or there's a death in the family before escrow closes, it's quite possible this is going to affect their ability to secure the financing. Now, I want you to hear this. This next part's important. It's important to keep in mind that these contingencies and these subsequent negotiations, they're likely to affect the final sales price. Don't get too hung up on the initial sales price. It can change. If you have any questions about what happens during escrow, please let me know. It's important that you clearly understand what's going on at all times. This has been Ted Tanner, Beach Dog Real Estate Group.